Hi guys, Trisha Dishing here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to present to you a question I want you to ask yourself. And first of all, thank you for watching my videos, and for all of you who are subscribing to my channel, I appreciate it. My whole point is to wake up the masses, is to do my part, whatever it may be, is to wake up the masses, as I was once asleep a couple years ago myself. So my question is to you: do you think America deserves to be a police state? And what is a police state? Well, let's take a look at what a police state is. A police state is this. It is a totalitarian state controlled by a political police force that secretly supervises its own citizens' activities. And if you don't think that that could happen, or that's not happening, then you are blinded. And it's time to wake up. Sometimes, it's like the old adage, it's the old thing is that when the frog, if you put a frog into a boiling water, he's going to immediately just start kicking and screaming and try to get out. But if you put that frog into a lukewarm bath and you start to slowly turn up the heat, it's going to acquiesce, it's going to accommodate itself to that heat. And by the time it comes to be boiling, it's not going to realize that it's being boiled, and it's too late. And that's what's happening in this America that we live in right now. Guys, and the reason why I bring this up is because, first of all, let's take a look at what they first told us about this shooting. They said this: the Las Vegas shooting was this. Because, see, all these false flags and all these things that they are doing, it's political theater. Being played out right in front of our eyes. Guys, you don't even need to go to the movies anymore. You can just turn on your media, on mainstream media, and just watch it and eat popcorn. But don't be too relaxed, because the world that they are telling you is the world that we're living in right now, and you need to wake up to that, because it's a nightmare. On the night of October 1st, 2017, a gunman opened fire on the crowd of concert goers at the festival at Las Vegas Strip in Nevada, leaving 58 dead, 546 injured. 64-year-old Stephen Paddock of Mesquite, Nevada, fired hundreds of rifle rounds from his suite on the 32nd floor nearby the Mandela Bay Hotel. And he was supposedly, what happened is, he was the lone shooter. But as we've been talking about, and as it's been being proven through the great work of alternative media, there was more than one shooter. I am going to show you that video the next time around. And so basically what happens is that this is what they start running with. Oh, the Las Vegas police said this: the shooter was killed. They identified him. Well, isn't it unbelievable how they can identify a killer that quick? Wouldn't it be great if they could really, truly do this? See, guys, this is political theater. It's already set up, just as with, I was showing you, 9/11. Guys, don't you remember 9/11? And I was blind myself at that time until I was awakened. That we were told that one of the world's horriblest, most terrorist attacks against the United States ever was conducted by this man right here, who lived in a cave and was on dialysis. And they told us, and we believed it, the majority of it, I should say, believed it, said that this man outmaneuvered, outmastered the Pentagon, the CIA, the Defense Department, the greatest military in the world. This man did it along with 19 other people. Isn't that unbelievable? And we fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. It's time to waken up. Because as we were saying, why do they want to do a police state, guys? What is it about a police state that has to, do with us? Well, foreign policies, everything that they're doing. Listen to this. This is what Ian Williams Goddard said: a society whose citizens refuse to see and investigate the facts, who refuse to believe that their government and their media will routinely lie to them and fabricate a reality contrary to verifiable facts, is a society that chooses and deserves the police state dictatorship it's going to get. We are not there yet. We're almost there. We are flying into it like a locomotive. And I'm going to tell you something: if we don't start waking up and understanding what's happening, we're going to deserve it. That's for sure. See, guys, that's what happened at 9/11. Is that they told us that this man and a bunch of Muslims did this, right? And so that way that we could go into Afghanistan and we could go into Iraq. See, if you don't know about this, Afghanistan is rich with opium. It's not just the oil situation. That's big time. There's the petrodollar, which is the currency that's used to buy oil. And there's the narco dollar. Oh, I bet you didn't maybe not know about the narco dollar. I didn't either, guys. I had to look it up. And the narco dollar is the currency that they use to, guess what? Purchase opium. Why in the world would the United States want to purchase opium? Because it's big money. It's on the black ops. It's money that the American people don't have to see and be accountable for, so that they can go ahead and continue to do their lying groups and their terrorist attacks and continue to create boogeymans to scare us all with Al Qaeda, with ISIS, and with ISIL, all those things. So that way we will give up our freedom, give up our rights, because the only thing that's holding them back is the Constitution of the United States. And that's what this neoconservative foreign policy thought is. See, neocons are not just, Republicans. They're both sides, guys. It's Republican and Democrat. Those parties were created specifically to get the American people to be fighting against each other. And how many knows the Bible says a house divided against itself won't stand. So we're fighting against each other, and we got all these talking heads, and I'm for the Republicans and I'm for the Democrats and all this other stuff, while we're fighting the deep state. The New World Order pushers, the Luciferian elite, are doing their bidding. They are doing their agenda, which is to bring forth a new world order, to bring all countries into a united new world order under a totalitarian dictator, which will be called the Antichrist. This is happening. This is no joke. Their tenets, what they follow is they need to have military preeminence in everywhere. United States, our military is everywhere. It's all over the world. The situation where the USA enjoys strategic and ideological predominance in the world, that's everywhere. Take a look at this. This is the foreign policy thought. So if they base everything off that foreign policy, which they do, they'll create boogeymans, and that way they get us all upset, and we tell them, go to war with our precious men and women who are really trying to fight for us, but they are being ran by the military industrial complex, who is doing the bidding for the Luciferian elite. It's such a tangle web. And out of these things, here's what happened. We get the Patriot Act. Let me if I can bring this up. And here's what the Patriot Act did after Bush. Well, I don't have it up here. But anyway, the Patriot Act is basically, it gave, here's what happened. September 11th, the terrorist attack. October 26th, the Patriot Act. Here's all the wars they have listed down here. And we're going to get to the National Defense Authorization Act, which is another freedom-stealing, constitutional destroying act of Congress. And if you guys know this, both ways, there was Republicans and Democrats. So don't blame it on each other party. They're both evil, okay? And look at this. Here comes the Patriot Act on this plane coming right into the World Trade Towers. And look what's on there, our Bill of Rights. See, that's what a police state is for. What is it? It's a totalitarian state controlled by a political force that secretly supervises its own citizens. And you say, no, that could never happen. No way. Well, how do you think Nazi Germany came about? Germany was once a country like us that had morals and values and had Christianity and things like that in it. And they were led astray, believed every word that came out of the mainstream media's, their media's mouth, their government's mouth, and they never questioned. And next thing you know, they woke up to Nazi Germany. And like it says here, in order to create global solutions, you have to create global problems. They are trying to create a new world order. So how do you do that? You create global problems, and that's what we are in. We are still in it. Obama said he'll get us out of these wars. They all promise this, and they don't come up with nothing. In fact, they invent more boogeymen. And then we got to deal with the National Defense Authorization Act. And if you don't know about the Patriot Act or this act, look it up. Will authorize the U.S. government to use the U.S. military to imprison American citizens who question the government's political agenda and detain them with no charges or trial indefinitely. That is a law right now. You are supposed to have trial. It's called habeas corpus. You are supposed to have a right to be presumed innocent first. But if you even question your government, they can call you a terrorist. It's getting scary out there, guys. We need to wake up like never before. Let us not be the generation that goes to sleep. Wake up. Our salvation is nearer than we first believed.